What is going on, you guys? Back with another video today. So as you guys can see, this is my new 2017 BMW M4 competition. I did sell my E46 M3 for this car, and I know some of you guys that were following that build are probably a little disappointed, but I did pretty much finish my CSL build on that. There was couple more things I was going to do, like the CSL door cards and this carbon fiber roof, but I just kind of was at a point with that car where I was a little bored with it, and I really kind of wanted to upgrade to something newer. And this build I'm going to explain to you guys in a minute is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. So let's jump right into this video. These are the first mods for my BMW M4, and then I'm also going to tell you guys what I plan to do with this car, what the whole idea behind this build is, and where I'm hoping to get this car. Alright guys, so one of the first obvious mods you can tell with this car is it does have a GTS hood on it. And towards the end of the video, I'll kind of explain what my goal is with this car, like I said, and this will kind of all start to make sense. So this is a souvenir GTS hood. Obviously it's not an OEM hood. If you know the price of the OEM GTS hoods, then you know why I didn't go with an OEM one. But this is Souvenir's GTS hood. This is a $900 hood from Souvenir, obviously, and then you have to pay the a body shop to prep it and paint the hood. But so far, I think this hood is really good. I do have to kind of adjust a couple things, with the separation from the fender to the hood and the bumper here, but it's a pretty good fit and it looks really good. I have the OEM GTS vent in there, fits right in, and honestly makes such a difference on the look of these cars. Makes it look so much more aggressive. The OEM hood is really good. I think the OEM hood looks a little better on like M3s, where I feel like the M4 really kind of needs this hood, especially with what I plan to do to the car. So really happy with that. Love the look of it. It just really transforms the car. So next, what I've done is this car was a Sakir orange interior, which is actually red. And I really wasn't a big fan of the red interior. I know a lot of people like the red interior, just not for me. But I was going to change the color of this interior anyway. So I did the CS or GTS seats. These are actually CS specific because they have the little updated emblem that lights up here, where the GTS seats have the older style silver ones. But other than that, they're the exact same seat. They are basically a competition seat with Alcantara bolsters on the side here, on the support here, and then the bottom. And then you also have the M striping on the headrest here, which is kind of like a tribute to the Vader seats from the E36 M3. Love these seats, and ever since I decided I want to get an M4, the goal was always to get these seats, just because I always loved them and thought they completely made the car. So these seats, I got them from eBay, from Straight Six Auto Parts. He's a really good seller. I've bought a bunch of stuff from him in the past, and I paid $3,300 shipped for the seats, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but it's actually a really good deal if you look up what these seats cost brand new, or even if you look up what the Euro spec GTS seats cost, which are basically just Recaro ABEs. But yeah, those are 12 grand for a set, so pretty crazy. A lot of these GTS mods can be pretty crazy, so especially if you go OEM. So that's why I'm gonna really try to keep it as OEM as possible, but obviously sometimes you got to go with the aftermarket stuff when it just doesn't make sense to go OEM. So next, what I did is, like I said, this car did have the red interior. So what I did here is the M Performance armrest. So this armrest was 350 bucks. I got it from Turner Motorsport, and obviously the Alcantara with the M stitching goes really well with these seats. And then I did the matching e-brake boot as well, which has a little carbon fiber on the handle there. And the e-brake boot I got from Turner Motorsport as well, and that was 260 bucks for that. All right guys, so one of the last mods that I'm gonna go over here today that I did is I did the GTS or CS door cards. These do come in both cars. I believe these were actually from a CS, but it's the same thing. So these door cards are probably one of my favorite things that I did, and the reason being is you get these door pulls, which is just the coolest thing ever. Feels like you're in a race car, and obviously we have the M striping on here. Really love that. Obviously it's some weight savings as well. You get rid of the, you know, the pocket or the cup holders here, and you get rid of the whole handle that's here. And really just such a cool OEM piece. Alcantara on the little armrest here. And these I got from eBay as well, and I actually got the front and the rear door cards back there, and I got them for $1,000 which, if you look up how much these parts are, it's an absolute steal. One of these brand new, just the front door card itself for one is $1,600. So getting all of them for $1,000 was a crazy deal. I had to jump right on it. The passenger side one does have a little mark on the upper piece here, but that's okay. I just got a new top piece here, and basically you just have to take the plastic welds out and pop a new one on, and yeah, totally worth it. So if you guys look, you'll see this car has a front lip on it already and a trunk lip spoiler. Other than that, it's bone stock. Both of those parts are gonna be coming off though, and I'm gonna get right into now why those are gonna be coming off and what I'm gonna be doing next to this car. All right guys, so I'm sure by now you can kind of figure out where I'm going with this build, and what I'm gonna be doing with this car is a full GTS build. So I do have the wing on order, the front lip, and the GTS dash trim and wheels. So it's kind of coming together pretty fast considering I've had this car now for just over a week. But some of these parts do take a really long time to come, so I figured that I better start ordering them now. And you know, obviously, you know, part of the fun is the journey of the build, so I don't want it to be finished too quick. But you know, with this build there are a million things you have to do, like the roll cage, the carbon ceramic brakes, you know, the back seat delete, obviously it comes with the roll cage, and the center console, all of that stuff. And then, you know, there is a bunch of other performance things that the GTS has, like different suspension, different tuning, different tuning for the steering and the transmission. So that's why I went with a DCT car. I know a lot of people are probably wondering, oh, why didn't you get a manual? And honestly, the reason that I got a DCT car to begin with is I genuinely think the DCT cars drive a lot better than the manual ones. I drove both, and I just liked how the DCT car felt better. But then also, you know, the DCT car just made more sense with the GTS build, and it kind of, that was going to be my, you know, that was my goal for this car before I even got it. So yeah, I just thought with a manual, it wasn't gonna really, I wasn't really gonna get everything out of the car, especially with all the GTS stuff. It kind of would have just felt like a manual M4 with a wing on it and maybe better suspension. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited for this build. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I know that some of you guys probably are upset that I sold the E46. But trust me guys, this is going to be a lot cooler build. This car is such a better car, and obviously it should be. It's a newer car. I really liked the E46, but it got to a point where I had just spent so much money and time on that car, and I didn't really love it that much, if I'm being completely honest. The E46 was kind of like a high school dream car for me. And when I got it and started building it, it didn't really impress me as much as I thought it was going to. And obviously that makes sense. It's a 23-year-old car. You have to keep in mind with those cars that they are old. They don't handle that great unless you throw tons of money at them. But it just didn't really make sense anymore. I kind of did everything to the car that I wanted to do. And I just felt like with all these, upgrades I was making to the car, I wasn't really noticing much of a difference. And I just felt like I was just throwing money into it, and it was just a waste. But anyway, guys, that car went off to a new home. I think it went to a really good owner. I think he's going to take really good care of it. And onto the next one. This car, I love it so far. It's really cool to have a DCT car because my 1M clone is manual, and this car is just so much faster, and it's just a whole different driving experience. So I've absolutely been loving it so far, and I think this car is going to come together pretty fast. So I'm definitely gonna be a lot more active now on YouTube now that I have a new build, and definitely gonna be a lot more active on Instagram than I've been. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's allmotor1m, and you can find a lot more updates on there. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. And if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be a lot more content with this car. And like always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.